Hi everyone, this is Arcadius and welcome back to Naval. Today we'll be reviewing the newest Diamond Pack ship, the Chinese cruiser Ning'hai, and she is set at a 3.5 matchmaking, so that does make her a pretty low tier ship, but she is a really fun low tier ship, and she might be one of the strongest ships, or at least one of the strongest cruisers at this tier. So let's take a look to see what we have. We have 23,900 health. We have a 10% torpedo damage resistance. Belt armor of... we don't know, but it looks like the max is going to be 30 regardless. So not a lot of armor, but that's not really surprising at this tier. Let's see, we have 3 twin gun turrets of 140mm guns, so about 5.4. 8 rounds a minute, 18-second 180-degree turn time. The guns themselves I have no problem with, however they are a little bit inaccurate, but your rate of fire does kind of balance that out over time. I don't think you have any secondaries. Nope, no secondaries, but main gun range of 10.8 kilometers. And we also have a couple twin torpedo tubes here, which actually have pretty decent angles, and they go out to 7 km. They do 8,000 damage each, and a rate of fire of 1.88 rounds per minute. So that is extremely good torpedoes as well. Speed is where you're going to have some trouble. You only have a speed of 23 knots. That does kind of cut down on your effectiveness, but honestly, I haven't really had any trouble with it. Though there are points where if there's only a couple ships left at the end of the game and they're on the other side of the map, you're pretty much not going to be able to do anything about it. But at a 3.5 matchmaking, you will run into carriers such as Hosho, Langley, and Hermes, and your AA is actually what stands out. So you have really good anti-aircraft defense, and I will be making her a full AA cruiser as well. We will go over further stats in comparison to other cruisers at this tier when we actually do our stats clash for tier 3 and 4 cruisers. But for now, this is what you get. Consumables, all you get is a DCP, and nothing special in regards to anything else. So with that, let's toss her into a game and see what we can do. Alright, here results the game. No carrier, unfortunately, but we do have a Queen Mary, a bunch of cruisers, and 3 destroyers. So let's start off with high explosive. You can see the torpedo angles, they are actually really good as well. Alright, so let's see what we can do here. Let's see what cruisers do we have. A Furutaka, so that's actually pretty dangerous for us. Omahas, Yubari, Kuma, Ning'hai, and 2 Minikaze and a Clemson. Well, I can tell you right now, I think I am the slowest ship out of all of these ships. So that puts us at a disadvantage, but that's okay. Actually, let's put our guns on this side here. We're just making our way down through here. Alright, now targets are in range, so let's start shooting up. Armor piercing on the ship is actually pretty decent as well. There's games where I can get a ton of citadels. They don't do a lot of damage, but if you have a lot of broadside and cruisers, you're going to be able to citadel them pretty easily, and it does add up over time. I've had games where there's like a ton of cruisers, just like this one, and I've been able to get like 20 citadels plus. As you can see, your accuracy is not always the best, but your rate of fire is pretty decent. So let's switch to armor piercing and see what we can do. We have 2 fires on this Furutaka. Furutaka does have decent broadside armor against smaller caliber weaponry. Anything larger than 8-inch though, she just kind of gets citadel. But even with 140s, she can get citadeled here. And you can see it's not a lot of damage, but it does add up relatively quickly. There goes Fudetaka. Let's see if we can get any on Omaha here. Not really. Alright, so what do we have over here? We have the Ning'hai. And we also have another Omaha. So let's launch some torps. As you can see, you're reloading your torpedoes in less than 30 seconds. Now that might be due to a couple buffs I have, but that's still pretty decent. However, they didn't miss. Alright, so let's see how Ning'hai's armor is. Though she is kind of point blank, so not the best way to figure it out. But as you can see, even at point blank is just you're gonna be citadel. Alright, so let's see, we have a Yubari over here. I guess we need to keep working on some of these cruisers behind us. Yubari actually took both torpedoes and survived, which is kind of surprising. There goes Omaha. We're going to switch to high explosive here. And actually launch some torpedoes at this Queen Mary. And then just slowly work over this Yubari. She now has a fire on her. Which means we're going to switch over to Minikaze now. And as you can clearly see, against larger targets such as battleships, your torpedoes are definitely going to be the best thing you have against them. Alright, so we got one more hit. And then we're just looping back around. Couple more torpedoes. You can get quite a bit of torpedo damage with the ship if you really focus just on torpedoes. I'm not saying you should, but it's possible. I'll send some widespread torps out. Whew. 2 kills. Ooh. Awesome. So we were able to survive that. And now we just have this one last Clemson left, which is going to go down to the Queen Mary in, well, right now. Alright, so let's see how we did. 132,000 damage with the tier 3.5 matchmaking ship. 7 ships sunk, 89 shell hits, 12 torpedo hits, 1 aircraft shot down, 3 citadels, 6 fires, 4 floodings, 1 capped base for 5,400 base XP. We had about 15,000 damage in high explosive, about 24,000 damage in armor piercing, 14,000 from fires, and 79,000 damage from torpedoes. So definitely use your torpedoes to your advantage against like cruisers and battleships, and you can use your guns against destroyers and cruisers, and then you also have really decent AA. We didn't really get a chance to show that in this game, unfortunately, but I have had games where I've gone against Hoshos, and I've been able to shoot down like 10, 12, 15 aircraft, which at this tier is a quite considerable amount. So definitely would recommend her. She's one of the better diamond pack ships that have come out in the past. So definitely would recommend her if you would like to have her in your port. She's definitely not a bad ship. She has a lot of fun attributes, and all in all, she's a really great cruiser. I have not had a bad game with her yet. So with that, I will wrap up today's video. If you liked the video, make sure you like and subscribe, and join me tomorrow while we go over the newest American heavy cruiser, Norfolk. So again, thank you and take care.